Hey guys, what's going on? It's Vic here, back with another Madden 23 rebuild. In today's episode, we're going to be rebuilding my favorite team, the Baltimore Ravens, with Roquan Smith. Steal of a deal. Robbed the Bears out here. A second round pick and a fifth round pick for Roquan Smith. He's only 25 years old, and people are saying, oh, well, the Ravens cap situation, you still haven't re-signed Lamar, and now you got to deal with Roquan's cap situation. It's technically, hypothetically speaking, worst comes to worst. If we cannot re-sign him, we still get a third round pick additionally from the Bears. So if we don't get him, we get back a third round pick, then we lose our second and our fifth, but we got to re-sign him. There's no way that the Ravens are just going to let someone like Roquan Smith walk. Anyways, I'm going to trade away the Ravens 2 and their 5, not Roquan Smith, but I'm going to trade away a 2 and a 5 away to the Bears just to make sure. I don't know which one is ours. I'll just trade away the earlier one just to be safe. And of course, you can't just give it away. So I'll take their next year's 7th and boom, just like that. Our 2 and our 5 is our gone. But now, it is now time to get into this rebuild here. I'm going to start Daniel Fillet. I don't know how you pronounce that last name exactly, but I'm just going to call him Daniel. I think it's Fillet. Out of Minnesota, 6'8", 380 pounds. That's a big boy right there. 380 pounds. He's going to be the right tackle. And he's actually been doing pretty good in real life. Tyler Linderbaum is a beast. I mean, he's allowed 2 sacks this season, but at the same time, the 2 sacks he allowed was one to Vita Vea. It's Vita Vea, and then I think one more to someone else. I don't exactly remember, but he's been doing great. Ronnie Stanley's good whenever he's actually healthy. We paid a lot for him. Nick Boyle's only a 69 overall. Dang, did he regress that much? Mark Andrews has been a beast this season. He didn't really play exceptionally well last week. I mean, he played the Buccaneers pretty decently until he got injured, but the week before that, he didn't get a single reception. Devin Duvernay is very underrated. Rashad Bateman, Demarcus Robinson, Tylan Wallace. We definitely need to improve our receiving room. I really, really want to like J.K. Dobbins, but whenever he's on the field, like he had 3 touchdowns his opening day against the Patriots, but like whenever he's on the field, he's decent for the most part, other than that one game, and he just gets injured a lot, so it's really hard to like J.K. Dobbins. Like, I really, really want to support him, but if he doesn't improve, the Ravens will probably move on from him. Gus the Bus, really underrated, really good whenever he's on the field in general, but he is injured a lot. Kenyon Drake is actually solid for the Ravens, but nothing amazing. I haven't really seen much of Mike Davis that much, so I guess he's all right. And then, yeah, our O-line, hopefully we can improve that a little bit more than just that. Defensively, looking into it with Roquan Smith, it makes it so much better. David Ajabo is going to be starting. Kyle Hamilton is going to be moved over to strong safety instead of free safety. I feel like that would just work out better for the team in general. I don't know why they keep always moving him to strong safety, because on my roster, he should be a strong safety, not a free safety. Chuck Clark will probably trade away. Marcus Peters, Michael Pierce, Travis Jones, who's actually pretty good. I don't know. Do we want to move into a... No, it's fine at 3-4. I'm not going to move into a 4-3 here. Kendall Fuller, Worley here, and where's Amore Davis? Is he not a 67 overall? Interesting how Amore Davis isn't on this roster. But, yeah, specialist, David Ajabo. I'm going to move up here. Justin Houston, JPP. I'm gonna cut JPP just so that way I can maybe get David Ajabo over there instead. I just don't want JPP on the team. He's just not useful for the long term, and I would like to develop David Ajabo as soon as I can. So David Ajabo, he's going to go over to this side above Justin Houston. Kyle Hamilton, sure, you can play slot there. I don't want you as a rotational back. J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards can split carries. Devin Duvernay in the slot. Defensively, want to make sure that David Ajabo is starting again, and then Kyle Hamilton is here. And then, yeah, pretty good with what we've all got, and I like the team. I switched into the Giants' offensive playbook and defensive playbook because it's apparently godly in simulation. So anyways, it's now time to move into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 3-4, third in the division, well, second in the division. Our offense is doing good in points per game. Our defense, not so much. Maybe I need to switch up the defensive playbook. We're going to choose a draft class, keep auto-generated rookies as always. QB seems to be a huge focus in this class. Top 4 players are QBs. And then outside linebackers, offensive tackle as well. We're going to do, where is the scouting national focus? I mean, our defense is set, if we're being honest here. Choose national focus. What do I want specifically? Maybe interior offensive line would probably be, wide receiver for sure. Wide receiver is the strength of this class too, so we're going to be focusing on that. And Yeah, that's gonna be sick. And we're gonna go to the players ready to negotiate. We probably got Roquan here, Lamar Jackson, Marcus Peters, Kyle Fuller, Ben Powers, Kenyon Drake, Demarcus Robinson. Okay, I guess maybe Madden just took on the contract for me, but Lamar Jackson, huge interest in re-signing, just going to give him a neutral deal, and he re-signs. Marcus Peters, I would like to keep around for 2 years. Let's do that. And, ooh, he wants a bigger offer even though he has high interest, and I gave him more years. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Kyle Fuller, I'll let walk. Justin Houston, I'll let walk. Ben Powers. I'll try to re-sign Ben Powers here. It's a cheap deal for the most part, and I don't have the salary to do it. Yeah, I'll just let everyone else go then. My main focus would be Marcus Peters. I'll probably have to improve the contract. Anyways, it's now time to move into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, 11-6, top of the division. Giants playbook is goated. We're here to face Broncos country. Let's ride. I'll never stop with that. Stats and awards, let's see what we got. Lamar, beast, like an MVP season, and he does win the MVP. Third best offense in the NFL. I'm glad we locked him up on the contract as soon as we could. And sixth best defense in the NFL. 5,100 yards, 39 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. J.K. Dobbins with 6 touchdowns, 3.9 per carry, 1,200 yards. Gus the Bus, 13 touchdowns. I mean, I guess he was our power halfback for the goal line. Lamar had more rushing yards than him, though, and less attempts. Demarcus Robinson, 1,300 yards, 11 touchdowns. I'm not going to re-sign him just because anytime someone plays in the slot, they get a really, really good targets. Rashad Bateman had more receptions, 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns. That should be superstar dev. I really hope they give it to him. I won't give it to him if they don't, but I might. I'll think about it. Devin Duvernay with a great season as well, but only 5 touchdowns. Looking at it defensively, Roquan Smith, 122 tackles, only 5 tackles for a loss, 2 sacks, but 6 interceptions is amazing. Tackles for a loss, 16 for Calais Campbell, sacks, 6.5 for Calais Campbell. I expected a lot more from David Ajabo and Odafeowe. Looking at interceptions, 6 for Roquan Smith, 5 for Marlon Humphrey. Safeties on team is going to be 0. Defensive touchdowns is 1 for Marlon Humphrey. Great season for Roquan Smith. I expected a little bit more from sacks, but let's see if we can beat Broncos country. Let's ride. Wash Russell Wilson. And we do beat Russell Wilson, 45-42 shootout. Here to face the 13-4 Kansas City Chiefs. Divisional round always screws me. Don't do it here, please. And it does. 42-28, kind of getting blown out. Let's move into the offseason. The Bills win their first Super Bowl ever with Josh Allen as the Super Bowl MVP. Lamar Jackson wins the league MVP, and there are no other awards here for the Baltimore Ravens, so we're not going to bother to look at that. We're going to go to the roster. Please, Rashad Bateman has superstar dev. I don't know if I'll actually give it to him, and he does not. I'm not, for the sake of the comments. Demarcus Robinson gets star dev. I'm still not going to re-sign him regardless because we don't have the money for him anyways. Daniel needs to be the starter over Jawan James, please. Oh, Isaiah Likely is here, and he has star dev. I didn't even know. I didn't even know Madden gave him star dev. That's sick. He's a 71 overall with the morale. David Ajabo needs to move up, please. It looks like, I was about to say Justin Houston retired, but I guess not. Please start Kyle Hamilton. I hate how it doesn't do that. And Calais Campbell is regressing. We have a lot of old players in the defense that we need to replace or get rid of. But let's move to the re-sign players here. And unfortunately, I don't think there was a single upgrade there other than Demarcus Robinson, who I'm not even going to re-sign, so that's not even useful. But yeah, I really wish Roquan Smith got superstar. He deserves it. 2022 retirements. Let's see what we got here for the AFC North. And Calais Campbell retires. Okay, that's going to help with our cap situation a little bit. That's going to help us a little bit. Players ready to negotiate. We're going to go to Marcus Peters. 2 years for someone who's an 84 overall. I'll do it 1 year. I'll boost the money a little bit and see how he likes it. We'll do that, and then we'll work down his contract as he regresses. And then everyone else here. I mean, I could re-sign Ben Powers, but nah, I would save my money for other players. Demarcus Robinson has a high interest. I don't want you for 3 years. I'll take down the money and then up it a little bit. Well, I'll take down the years. Okay, Demarcus Robinson signs for 1 year. Okay, good stuff. I upped the money and then reduced it to 1 year. That's fine with me. I want to save my money for future signings. $21 million isn't enough for this team, so I'm not going to participate in free agency. Let's move to the draft. And in the first round, at back end of the first round, pick 28, I'm picking up Malik Chamberlain. He was projected to go at round 2 or 3, but I don't think we were able to get him in round 2, late second round. But oh yeah, we also don't have a second round pick. So physical, 6'4" out of Alabama, hidden development, 93 speed for being 6'4", 235 pounds. Dude looks like a freak. And in the third round, picking up left guard Chris Kitchen, 303 out of Texas, pass protector, hidden dev. Seems like we already found a replacement for what, Ben Powers? Seems pretty good. And in the fourth round, I'm picking up Steven Edwards, the replacement for Kevin Zeitler whenever he finally leaves. Power guy out of Kentucky. Damn, I'm getting really lucky with these draft picks. Now, here we are after the draft. Edwards is a 69 overall with morale. Nice. So Kevin Zeitler is still going to be the starter for now. Morgan Moses, I am just going to cut from the team. Yeah, I just don't need him anymore. We'll save some cap room, and I can finally have Daniel Fillet as the starter. Kevin Zeitler, I'm going to keep as a starter because he's just a higher overall. Kitchen is going to go right in the kitchen. He's going to get cooking. And Chamberlain is a 77. I'm going to start him. He's 6'4". He deserves to be a wide receiver one. Specialist, who do we got? Duvernay, Robinson, Chamberlain in the slot. I don't really like that, but we'll move Gus the Bus to third down back as well. And David Ojabo is going to be the starter over Tyus Bowser. Rafe away, Kyle Hamilton. I don't want Kyle Hamilton as my slot. I want Amore Davis as my slot. Defensively, Kyle Hamilton I want to start again. And Patrick Queen. No, why is it doing that? Malik Harrison, are you left? No, I want you to be my middle linebacker. I don't want you to be an outside linebacker, please. Can I get a third-round pick from the Bengals, please? Please just give it to me. Thank you, Chuck Clark, for a third-round pick. That's much more realistic in my eyes. So Kyle Hamilton, all these other players. I'm sure the CPU will sign someone on my right end and ruin my entire depth chart as it always does. So we're going to deal with that. Offense, Chamberlain needs to start. And hopefully they don't sign someone and ruin my entire offense. I'll check it at the midseason mark. But anyways, guys, apart from that, it's now time to move into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 5-2, second in the division behind the 6-1 Bengals, coming off a win to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Looking at the players ready to negotiate here. Let's see who we got. We got, JK. Since he has a high interest, I'll give him a neutral deal, and he accepts it, so he stays with the team. Good stuff. Looks like, yeah, the CPU did sign a right end, so probably adjusted everything. Marcus Peters, I'll just do another one-year deal with you, and he resigns. Good stuff. I'll just negotiate his contract as he goes down. Kevin Zeitler, I already have your replacement. He'll probably retire by the end of the season. He's going to be like an 81 by the end of the season or an 80, so I'm just not going to deal with it. Justin Medbuke, I would love to resign, player-friendly, and let's see what he gets. Yep, he stays with the team. Good stuff. Devin Duvernay is a player that I do want back because I'm not going to be re-signing DeMarcus Robinson for this next season, and he re-signs. Good stuff. And Patrick Queen, Gus the Bus, I'm going to let walk because in real life I would re-sign him, but in Madden, he's about to turn 29. He's going to be like a 76 overall by the end of the season. DeMarcus Robinson, I'm not bringing you back. Malik Harrison, no. Nick Boyle, I'm just not going to bring back DeMarcus Robinson no matter what. I can't negotiate with Patrick Queen yet, but I will whenever I can. And let's see if... Well, I'm almost guaranteeing that it adjusted my roster for me because it always does this. And yeah, would you look at that? Chamberlain is not even starting. That pisses me off so much, dude. I hate that the CPU does it. Let's see what we got. Amore Davis, David Ojabo, Specialist, Chamberlain. I have to adjust everything again because the CPU is just retarded half the time. And yeah, hopefully Chamberlain actually gets some reps like he deserves because he should have got it in the first place. But anyways, let's move to the playoffs. Here we are at the midseason mark. Well, here we are in the playoffs, actually, is what I meant to say. Coming off a win to the Jaguars, first round by 13-4. Stats and awards, let's see what we got here. Lamar Jackson, MVP-type season, and doesn't win back-to-back MVPs, gets fifth for MVP this time. I think it's a little better than last season, honestly. Second best offense in the NFL and first best defense. 5,200 yards, 43 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 70% completion percentage. J.K. Dobbins, 8 touchdowns, 3.8 per carry, 1,100 yards, 310 carries, and only gets not even 1,200 yards. That's not good. Gus with even more touchdowns than J.K. Dobbins, as always. Devin Duvernay, 1,400 yards, 13 touchdowns. He's getting superstar dev. I'm going to give him superstar dev. That's a really, really good stat line. That's a better stat line than Rashad Bateman last season with 3 less receptions because he had 94 last season. Rashad Bateman still with a good season as well. Mark Andrews, a little underwhelming for someone with Mark Andrews' what do you call it? Mark Andrews standing in the NFL, his reputation. Chamberlain didn't get a lot of reps because he only started for half the season, which pisses me off. And looking at it defensively, Roquan Smith, 103 tackles, 7 tackles for a loss, 1 sack, 1 interception. Not that good of a season. Tackles for a loss, 11 for Odafe, sacks, 10 for Odafe, 7 for Justin McBuke, 4.5 for Tyus Bowser, Ojabo with only 2 because he only started for half the season, Marlon Humphrey with 4 interceptions. Safeties, 0 defensive touchdowns is 1 for Marlon Humphrey and 1 for Kyle Hamilton, who's going to be pretty good. Whenever he's in coverage and he's on the field, he usually does very good. So let's see. We're going to be playing the divisional round. I usually always lose in the divisional round in simulation, but let's see what we got. 11-6, New England Patriots. If Bailey Zappi is starting, then we are screwed. Mac Jones was starting. Okay. 12-5, Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah, Raiders fans, your team is what, like 2-5 in real life? You better hope. And you just got, what, shut out by the Saints 24-0? Yeah, I don't think you'll ever see the conference championship in a while. Anyways, let's get into this game against the Raiders. Here we are against the Las Vegas Raiders at home. Home field advantage, 7-0 start for the Raiders. They're driving down the field, 14-0. They might see a Super Bowl in this simulation, but not in real life. 3-14 against the Raiders, 21-3. Okay, 21-10. Come on. Let's see. Okay, making a comeback. 21-17. Usually the Ravens never make a comeback. People always make a comeback on the Ravens. 28-17. Come on. Okay, yeah. It looks like that might be out of distance. Is it? Come on. We got to hold him here on this drive. Stop. Game is on the line. 3rd down. Make a stop. Get better field position with this punt. What do we got? 3rd down alert. I'm going to take over. 28-25. 1:33 left. I'm going to see what I can do here. 4th and 5 against the Raiders, and I'm just going to take off. Oh, easy. Easy. I know it seems cheesy, but cheesy easy, baby. Let's go. 28-31, and that will probably put the game away. Let's see what we got here, and let's see how they do on off. No way. No way are they doing this. 18 seconds left. 1st and 10. What do they got? Go into the end zone. Make a play. Devontae Adams mosses him. Oh my God, thank you, EA, for making such a quality game every single year. Yeah, the CPU just screwed us there at the end. They just let the Raiders drive down the field with Derek Carr, who can't really move the ball in real life. And yeah, the Raiders are going to be going to the Super Bowl, 35-32, unfortunately, after all that. Here we are in the offseason. Derek Carr wins the Super Bowl MVP as well. Yeah, it's total BS. I'm actually really salty how we lost that. Just the CPU screwed us completely. Anyways, let's see what we got here for the roster to see if there is any development upgrades. Duvernay should have superstar, and he does. Chamberlain only has star. That's fine with me. And he's going to be the starter, though, just because he's so big. Rashad Bateman, how big are you? You're 6'1", 193. Yeah, our other guy is 235, 93 speed, and 6'4". So he's going to start. Yeah, so he's got superstar dev. Edwards only has star dev. Kitchen only has star dev as well, which I'm fine with. Looking at it defensively, what do we got? Marlon Humphrey has superstar X Factor. That's sick. And I feel like someone lost superstar dev here. Did someone lose? Was Michael Pierce? No, Calais Campbell was superstar dev, so he's no longer here. And, yeah. So I think we should be set on everything for now. And yeah, I like everything that we got. We're going to move to the re-sign players to see anyone else we got. I believe we should have Patrick Queen. We also have to look at the retirements as well. So Patrick Queen should be the only guy that we need to worry about. And he's not even that good coming from a Ravens fan. He's good whenever he has a veteran player on the field with him and he has someone like guiding him. But whenever he is the linebacker one, he's not that good. Cameron Hayward retires with the Steelers. It's fine with me. We're going to go to the players ready to negotiate. And we're going to go to... not Kevin Zeitler, Patrick Queen. Player friendly, up the money, just a little bit more. And I kind of overpaid on him on that, but it's fine. And Gus the Bust, no. DeMarcus Robinson, no. He's a 77 now. Didn't even have that good of a season because of the receiver competition. And $32 million to spend. I'm going to skip out on it again. Let's go to the draft. In the first round, I'm picking up defensive end Justin Hood to replace Calais Campbell. Hidden dev out of USC, run stopper 6'4", 287, only 86 strength, but he looks like a decent pickup. Now this is the team going into the 3rd season. O-line needs to develop a little bit more at the guard position, and Filet needs to develop a little bit more. Don't really have much at the halfback position here, but that's fine. Chamberlain is still going to be my number 1. I would like Duvernay in the slot still, so let's see if he's in there. He is. That's good stuff. Hood... He's a 69 overall rush end. Let's see what we got. Isaiah Parks seems to be decent. Picked him up. Yeah, Isaiah Parks, I picked him up in the 2nd round. And Hood seems to be 71 overall. Good pick. Barnes, is he a defensive tackle or a defensive end? Defensive end. Dimitri Barnes. And he seems to be pretty good. The CPU picked that guy. I definitely didn't. And, yeah, Travis Jones. I'm really tempted to move into a 4-3 because of Travis Jones, but I'll keep it the way it's in. And it looks like CPU picked up the strong safety, Gregory Calhoun. He seems to be decent since he has a development trait. And, yeah, I'm cool with everything we got here. Specialist, making sure David Ajabo is starting. And Brandon Stevens, are you a free safety? Do I make you a DB? I mean, you're already basically playing slot DB, so we might as well just make you a DB. Brandon Stevens, let's not waste your potential, please. And Brandon Stevens has moved to DB now. Yeah, Stevens, 71. Let's move him up a little bit more. And specialist, Brandon Stevens is going to be my slot. And I like everything that we got here, so let's move into the third season and let's move into the midseason mark. And the Ravens are 2-3, second in the division. Okay. I don't know what happened to the team coming off a loss to the Chiefs, which is understandable. Roquan Smith, he needs to come back. We'll up the money even more for him, spread it out. And what does he accept? And he does. Good stuff. Michael Pierce, 31. I would still like him back. 2-year deal. He has a high interest in re-signing, and he re-signs. Good stuff. Rashad Bateman, obviously need him back. 5-year deal. And he signs. Good stuff. Marcus Peters. He doesn't want to come back. He doesn't want to come back. I'll up the money for him. I'd like him to stay another year, and he does resign. Good stuff. Patrick Ricard, I would like to keep. Let's do a 5-year deal. Spread it out. Good stuff. He resigns. Odafe Away, like to resign as well. Just passing out contracts like they're nothing. No, I don't need my center because I already have a replacement, Tyler Linderbaum. Tice Bowser, no, you're regressing and you're taking away reps. PJ Walker, he's just second string DB, well, second string QB. Brandon Stevens, sure. I'll put you on a 5-year deal and I'll up the money just a little bit for a depth DB, and he resigns. Everyone else here. No, I'm just not interested in anyone else here. I don't really care about them. Hopefully we can be better than 2-5. What's the problem with our team? Baltimore. Offensive points per game, 24th. Defensive points per game, 29th. I don't know why. Our team is better from last season, but okay. Let's get into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs going 8-9, second in the division. We were so close to the second half, kind of turned it on there. Stats and awards, let's see what we got here. Lamar Jackson, not even a bad season, 9th best offense. The defense was probably just bad. 19th defense. I mean, that should be better than 8-9. Lamar Jackson, 4,700 yards, 36 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. JK, way better season than all the ones before. 14 touchdowns, 4.5 per carry, and 1,400 yards. Looking at it, receiving wise, Rashad Bateman, 106 receptions, 1,300 yards, 8 touchdowns. I'm going to give him superstar for that. I know he doesn't have double-digit touchdowns, but 106 receptions, triple-digit receptions is kind of crazy. Devin Duvernay, 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns. Chamberlain, again, they just keep adjusting the roster. Should be way better than that. Defensively, Roquan Smith, 127 tackles for a loss, 20 for Justin Madubuke, sacks, 7 for Michael Pierce, 7 for David Ajabo. I expected more. Interceptions, 5 for Kyle Hamilton. Safeties on the team, 0 defensive touchdowns is 0. So I'm going to try and change up the defensive scheme. Let's try to change it up to, I mean, it's been working this entire time, but we're just not getting enough pressure from this. I'm going to go to the Steelers playbook and see how that works for the next season and the fourth and final season. Hopefully we can actually make the playoffs and stuff like that. So anyways, guys, it's now time to move in to the offseason. And the Giants blow out the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Kyrus Barnes wins the Super Bowl MVP. Joe Burrow wins the league MVP, and there are no awards here for the Baltimore Ravens, unfortunately. But let's look into the roster to see if there is any development upgrades. Offensively, I better see Rashad Bateman. No, I'm giving it to him. I don't care what you guys say. Oh, you're cheating. I know, I'm being realistic here. Over 100 receptions, like 1,300 yards, I think. Not double-digit touchdowns, 8 touchdowns only, but still, dude was amazing. He deserves it, and he's been consistent with us this entire time. Chamberlain has been pretty good. We just haven't developed him to where I'd like him to be. He should have been wide receiver 1, but now that's clearly Rashad Bateman. Zay Likely's developing decently. The offensive line is looking pretty good. Defensively, wait, who's that second-string star? Oh, okay, that's Tyler Linderbaum and Kitchen on the edge. Okay, never mind. Defensively, Hood has superstar X Factor. No way. He just came with that. What a pick, dude. We picked at number 30 as well. What a pick. Anyways, Kyle Hamilton was superstar dev now. And, Isaiah Parks, the second-string pick, has star dev. But I would like to get more DB depth because 82 overall isn't just going to cut it. So maybe I might get that in free agency. And maybe I get an elite edge rusher because David Ojabo isn't cutting it either, unfortunately. And yeah, so we'll participate in this free agency, of course, because we have 40 million. It's the final season, so we might as well. We're gonna see who we have to resign. Maybe I missed a player, but I think we don't have to resign anybody. But we gotta look into the retirements anyways. So we're gonna be doing that. And if the game will ever load at any point in the year, we'll do it. 2024 retirements. We got the AFC North. Nobody in the AFC North retires. And we're gonna see what we got here for the players ready to negotiate. We got a bunch of players that I have absolutely no interest in. So it's now time to move into free agency with 40 million to spend. Here we are after free agency. I couldn't get an elite edge rusher, but I did get James Bradbury and Joseph Jewell. So those are decent players. Maybe I don't really know what I even need in the draft. I'll just maybe, I already got trade offers for them. I just signed them now. Maybe I can get a decent, maybe a second string back in place of Gus Edwards. I don't know. In the first round, I'm picking up this outside linebacker for more depth. He doesn't seem good, unfortunately, and he's wearing Patrick Ricard's number, so that's quite unfortunate. In the second round, I'm picking up halfback Caleb Pleasant, elusive back out of Auburn. He's going to fit in with our scheme, I guess. I mean, he's not really a power back, but still, he's decent. So this is the team after the offseason, and who is this guy? Our tight end, Rashawn McKnight. He's not even a third-string tight end because the position is already filled for the most part. So I guess he's going to be a third-string 49 overall right guard. Pleasant is a 75 overall. That's a Pleasant overall. And, yeah, I know, terrible joke. But we got Hunt here, who is a middle linebacker that the CPU picked up. And who is my right outside linebacker? Douglas, 72 overall. Not a bad overall, but not good for pick 12. Hopefully Hood just beats stuff up. I mean, we got some good depth at DB. We got a lot of players. We could just, if I had more time to rebuild this, I don't want to do a fifth year, but if I had like maybe another 2-3 years, easy Super Bowl with the amount of young talent we have on our team. I should have adjusted the XP sliders, but anyways, we're gonna move in at the playoffs. Hopefully we can actually make it. Okay, we're 17-0, top of the division, coming off a blowout win to the Jets. 17-0. What? Stats and awards. Let's see what we got here. Lamar. How is it? Come on, dude. 17-0. Let's get an MVP. Who the hell is Vince Morgan? Panthers found a franchise QB going 16-1, stealing Lamar Jackson's MVP. That's completely unrealistic because Panthers just burned through QBs. 8th best offense in the NFL, 12th best defense, and somehow we're 17-0. 4,600 yards, 45 touchdowns, 9 receptions, 70% completion percentage. Great ratio, touchdown to interceptions. JK, 17 touchdowns, 4.5 per carry, almost 1,400 yards. He's improving every single year. Looking at it, receiving-wise, Rashad Bateman, 1,200 yards, 12 touchdowns. Chamberlain, 10 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. That's the finally the breakout season that I want to see from him. Duvernay, 1,000 yards, 13 touchdowns. Looking at it defensively, Patrick Queen, 129 tackles for a loss, 12 for Justin Medbuke, sacks. Oh my God, 16.5 for Odafe Away, 11 for Michael Pierce. Steelers playbook is it. Justin Medbuke, 6.5 sacks, 4.5 for Justin Hood. David Ojabo just never got going in this rebuild. Interceptions, 7 for James Bradbury. I'm so happy we signed him. Patrick Queen with 6. That's surprising. Kyle Hamilton with 4. Let's see the stats for Roquan. Where's Roquan? 101, 3 tackles for a loss, 0 sacks, 4 interceptions. Not impressive. He was good his first season. Safeties, 0 defensive touchdowns is 1 for Kyle Hamilton. Anyways, let's see who we're going to be facing in the divisional round. If we lose in the divisional round while I'm 17-0, I'm going to be quite upset. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be very upset. 9-8 Chiefs. The Chiefs are gods in simulations. Please, please just give this to me, Madden. Oh my God. 17-0, loses to the Chiefs. We probably went for a 2-point conversion. Didn't get it. 28-26. That's so aggravating, dude. I just lose. Every single rebuild, I lose just because of some BS. I'm 17-0, facing off against the 9-8 Chiefs, and lose. Oh, Lamar Jackson chokes in the playoffs. You're just bad at rebuild. And the Panthers win the Super Bowl with their new QB, Vince Morgan, and he wins the Super Bowl MVP, league MVP. Coach of the Year goes to the Panthers. Wide receiver, Offensive Player of the Year goes to Devontae Smith on the Panthers. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Panthers. Brian Burns. Panthers just take it all this season. Screw Cam Newton. Vince Morgan is the future, baby. Anyways, So frustrating, especially how we lost the Raiders in that second season. That's very aggravating. Let's see if there's any development upgrades. Surprise, J.K. Dobbins doesn't have one. Patrick Queen gets one, though. Marcus Williams gets one. And yeah, that's going to be about it. But anyways, guys, thank you guys all for watching. Unfortunately, it was an unsuccessful rebuild, but we did make it to the conference championship at least. And Roquan Smith was all right. But anyways, guys, apart from that, I thank you guys all for watching. And I'll see you guys all in the next one.